Since earliest times, people and humanity have always sought to be connected to the seasons and to the times. Eventually, those activities were marked by New Year festivals. Everything was deemed to begin anew, to have new life, new energy, and new zest. Tribes, individuals, other groups, natural fauna, flora, all celebrated this new year. First, the celebrants were supposed to have banished all negativity or evil spirits from the past and the past year to assume a new auspicious future. And sometimes participants were aware of what was happening. But today, we want to ask, where do you fit in all the current New Year celebrations that occur on the earth? When you say Happy New Year, why do you celebrate New Year? New Year's Day is the first day of the calendar year. But whose calendar? Africa is being colonized by China today. We will soon see a lot of Africans adopting Chinese culture, behavior, and the New Year, as we have already seen them adopting the Christian New Year, the Islamic New Year. They celebrate it thinking that what they are doing is upright and righteousness. So why do we celebrate New Year? There is a legitimate goal and a reality on the ground purpose. A legitimate goal is all about your identity as a melanin dominant human being. You have got your own history, you've got your own spirituality, you've got your own geographical connectivity. A reality on the ground is what we have observed already, done by Africans today, where they do not even know that they were the first people to have a calendar. And they ignore that and follow all other calendars. Look today about how you can host a proper and a correct Holy New Year for your family and have a good party. You have to prepare and have a very good budget about it. So you have to start now to prepare for next year's celebration, not the coming celebration this month. It's too late if you don't have a budget now. Why should we consciously celebrate a true New Year? Because on September 23, we will have a high density of the sun's energy in southern hemisphere, marking the beginning of a new annual life cycle. All natural phenomena begin to change. Summer is upon us. It's time to plant. It's even time for us to plant our own personal goals. It is also the celebration and the beginning of our own personal family ritual calendars. It's a historical time and a time system that connects us to our ancient ancestors who were the smartest people to live on the earth. That is our identity. So 6259 begins on full moon September 10, 2022. The following are the preliminary observations. New moon for September ushers in the new year that follows a week later. Remember, our days are counted by 10. You should observe this new moon and you should follow it. Weeks of preparation commencing on the 10th of September 2022. Full moon, bright full moon gives birth to your feminine energy. This is also a period of introspection where you review your primary goals of life, personal goals, and where you check your areas of growth, financial growth, investments, spiritual, physical health is part of growth. And this is also where you review the timeline of your progress, whether you have been making progress in your goals, personal goals, or whether your goal setting needs to be revised. Therefore, you have to adopt the summary of what has happened in the past year as well as in the past years of your life. If you need to set new goals, that's the time, and this is the time, this is the week to set a new goals, because you have energy and you have feminine energy and masculine energy connected to you. It is a week of preparation which will end with a day of fasting on the 21st of September. And the purpose of your fasting is to cleanse your body and to reflect in a serious manner all the events of the past life, the current life, and the future. Our ancestors who worshipped Ausari, and our ancestors who worship other divinities, our ancestors who worshipped the unseen, unknown, nameless creator, introduced fasting into the world, and it has been copied all over the shore. You can see here during Lent by Christians, the widespread of this practice. You can see here by Muslims. You can see here by Jews. And you can see here by the Hindu, a festival of Ekadash. All these religions Johnny came late. They are not the original religions. They came recently and they copied a lot of our practices. So when we look at New Year, as taught by our ancestors, we have to ask the question, how do we know a day? When does our day start? Our day starts from sunrise to sunrise. Pre-dawn on the 23rd of September to the sunrise, it will be the 23rd of September. It will be the day when our session occurs. It starts at the end of September 22. The last light darkness, September 22, and the pre-dawn of September. You need to wake up in the morning before sunrise, and you have to go and watch the sun emerge in the east. There are rituals that you have to perform there. There are prayers that you have to perform there. We have been teaching this many times. And then the day ends at pre-dawn, September the 24th. So it's from sunrise to sunrise when we count our days. There is a lot of confusion in the world today about when a day starts. The Jews say this day starts as sunset to sunset, direct opposite of what our ancestors taught. The Christians, as led by the Catholics, they also say the day starts at midnight when everybody is fast asleep. So that's confusion. Galore, we do not follow such confusion. So you have to prepare for this day by stocking enough food, traditional foods, seasonal foods for the whole family. Or if you are alone, for your own self, you have to also have beverages like beer. Prepare yourself which type of music would you want to use and which type of music would you want to dance. So the 22nd to the 23rd, pre-dawn of 23rd has arrived, and you have observed the sun, and you have made your rituals and your prayers. Now, what you have to do now is to sit down to eat your food. And as the family head, or as the leading priest, or as the first son, or as the first daughter performing this ritual, it is known as Itwasa. It is an initiate type of food. And Itwasa is a person whose state is being translated by the term initiate, the root of which word twas has the verbal meaning of to emerge for the first time as a season or new moon, as well as become possessed by a spirit as occurred during divination. So before you eat anything, as a host and as the leader, you take the food that is the main food there, using your bare hands, and offer it to the ancestors by putting it on the earth. You don't say anything. You just use your right hand or the hand that is powerful to you. If it's left, use the left. If it's right, use the right. And you do the same with the beer and other beverages. You pour them to the earth. You don't speak any words. You don't say anything. It is the action that we are looking at, and the action that matters the most. So when you have finished offering, you now can eat and start celebrating and partying. Song and dance and poems and poetry, narrations and teachings commences. The major teaching that you have to do that day on the 23rd begins noon, when the sun is directly above your head. Then you gather all the people. You should have an agenda. You should have a schedule. You should gather your family and everyone or yourself and observe time. And then you go on to teach for 1 hour, not less than 1 hour, because hour is a measure of Horesu. So you should, if you are studying, if you are alone, you listen to music and meditating and thinking and focusing, You have to do that. If you've got family, this is a very study and use gods, the royals, the architects, the scientists, the alchemists, the magicians, the astrologers, the founders of civilization, the first teachers just looked like you. You must remind these children and your grandchildren as long as breath of life is inside you. Remember, Ra's job is to provide warmth, light, and growth. Ra appeared as Kepiri in the morning, at noon, and Atum in the evening, and as the brightest sun at noon. He also traveled on his sunboat every night. So that's how we teach, and that's what we do. Then at sunset, you have to offer a prayer and go on perform the closing ceremony. In your preparations, when you do your budget, you must also make sure you get cleansing water. And this cleansing water is water that has no chemicals in it, pure, straightforward water that you have sanctified by putting it outside in the sun, covered, of course, so that dust cannot go in or other chemicals or other animals fall in it. So this is the water that you then take and bath on the night of the 23rd coming to the 24th. It is your ritual bath. You are removing everything negative from the last year, and it is the waters that are cleansing you and introducing you to the forthcoming year. This water must be cold water, not warm water, and you must bath from head to your toes, every part of your body. This is concluding the ceremony of the day. So here is a general schedule of the day. Planning: should set out a budget and notify friends, and there's a lot of that comes in: food, travel, clothes, money, ritual waters. And then there's the week of preparation, where you review your goals for 10 days and the future steps that you want to take. And you should also remember the day of fasting, which is the 21st to the 22nd. It's 24-hour fast, not 12, not more or not less, but 24 hours. And then when the day arrives, you observe sunrise on the 23rd of the 9th, and you eat your ritual breakfast, following the process of libation and offerings. And then you go on to the lunch and go on to your talk, and then you go to sunset rituals, and you use cleansing waters to bath. And you, if you need to rest, you should rest. Set your time to close off the day of the 23rd to the 24th, because you are now going to prepare and follow up each day by observing and learning more about the divinities. This is a home ceremony for members. So the timeline of the divinities now, which is very, very critical, is that on the 25th, you study everything to do about Ausari. On the 26th, it's about Isisu. On the 27th, it's about Horesu. On the 28th, it's about Nephtites. And on the 29th, it's about Shata. We have gone through this all the past years, and I've narrated everything that you have to do, the rituals that you have to perform on these 5 specific days to close and to start your new year. So these are the areas of focus that we think are very critical, because it has to do with the energy and renewal and the resurrection of your goals and the drive that you need. So you need to work hard and to bury that which should be buried, and to resurrect that which you need to resurrect by way of goal setting and attainment, spiritual growth and renewal, applied knowledge which is profitable, not just theoretical, and supporting each others. So if you are interested in attending one of our festivals for celebrating of the new year, if you want more details about how you can do it at home, do not hesitate to send us an email on join@maarifado.com, and please specify Mngaka Africa. Then we know that you want this document that has a lot to do with the home ceremony. The same thing if you want to attend one of the sites and many of our other sister organizations that are hosting this. Do not hesitate to get in touch with us using the same email and the same code and specify what you want us to do. So this picture Rabbi Elem Dumizulu saying, have a great day, and let's celebrate this new year. It is our identity. We cannot continue to be attached to foreign and colonial times. That is not being smart. Amen. We're looking forward to working with you. You can contact us here or join at maarifado.com. Tatenda, Siabonga, Eldupe, Enkos, Asante Sana.